Cheese on bread. What's going on? You know what it means when you hear this. It's another episode of the Mobile DJ Mastery Podcast. Cheese. It's been a while since you've heard that. It's been a minute. Guys, since you've heard that intro, I know some of you are in the car like, yes, you know, man's back, 2-4 certified, man's back. I did say 3 weeks, but we had to make it 4, and I'm going to quickly break it down. But we can't break it down until we run that sexy intro. Guys, I'm not going to lie, I feel like I've been on annual leave. You know that feeling when you're at work and then you've been gone for a significant amount of time? We're not talking like 1 week, 2 weeks. I was away for 4 weeks, guys, and it was necessary. When I mean necessary, I put up a couple of pics on social, but it was necessary, guys. If you could see the front of what I'm seeing right now, there's so much that needs to get sorted, but this is my temporary backdrop. Obviously, the picture made the move, you know what I'm saying? Hey, guys, do what you love. It made the move. You lot said it in the DMs, in the comments. I said, you know what? This is going to be with me until the end. This is coming with me every single way I go. This original pair. I couldn't even rip it. Even the way we did, I had to pull it in its own box and stuff so it doesn't get ripped during the move. So we make sure we brought that. And we got a little deadlight. You know what I'm saying? We got a little deadlight. But don't worry. Upgrades are coming, man. It's all good. All the things are happening. And I'm not really focused on, you know, all the upgrades. We're out about now. It's about returning back. And there was lots of things that I was like, do you know what? I want to come back with this, and I want to come back with that, and I want to come back with this. But then when you're moving home, obviously the first thing you want to make sure is that the family is sorted. I can't make sure that the podcast is sorted, but the podcast is back, and that's the main thing, and we can still rock on. That's what's more important, so that's what I'm going to focus on. A moving house is a lot of stuff. There is so much things. You start to realize how much things you accumulate and how much stuff that you just buy, and you realize how much stuff you bought because of good advertisement. Sometimes good advertisement can make you buy things that you didn't even need. And you realize this when you're moving and you go to the back and you're like, that thing's been in the back there for how many years? How much times did I use it? Once, twice, but still, something made me buy it. Something in the advertisement made me buy it. I've bought it and now it's sitting there catching dust. So quick side schedule, quick side mission. The same way other companies are doing that to us, which is fine. We're buying these lights that we didn't use. We're buying this thing that screws onto the top that's meant to make your setup easier, but it didn't fit your light and you didn't return it. You see how we're buying some of these trinkets and some things we didn't use? Now, don't get me wrong. That's not the person who marketed its fault or problem. It's the consumer, the person who bought it. But as business owners, we should be doing the same. So if there's something in your arsenal that's catching dust, think about ways about how can I get this back out to my clients? How can I sell this? How can I push it to them so it makes more sense and something that they can hopefully add in and then add more revenue to your business? We're not talking about ripping people off or blindsiding people. We're talking about maximizing from the things that we do have that are currently sitting around as dead weight and is not making us much money. Now, there's 2 things we can do. We can sell said item, get rid of it. 100% you're going to make a loss because it wasn't the same thing as you bought it when it was brand new. It might be 1, 5, 6, 10 years old. So a lot of the depreciation is going to be there. But the main thing is that you want to sell it to free up the space or even give it away for free, which I know might break your heart depending on how much you paid for it. But right now, as we're going to do business, sometimes you've got to do clear out before you can get in or clear out to make space to make it more clear for your head. So you can either sell it, get rid of it. One of those 2. I would say sell it because we're in business, guys. This free stuff is crazy. Like, sell it. Even if it's £10, sell that. I don't care what it is. Or keep it within your arsenal and try and find strategic ways how it can get back to the forefront, how you could use it more. And if you're not going to add it as an add-on, how can I implement this item to use it more to come back in and not be at the back, in the bottom of the shed, bottom of the lockup, under the bed, way in the back in the dark crevices of the cobwebs, corners of the ethoses, long, distant, next cousins. No, we don't want that. We want it at the front. We want it being used, and any dead weight we want to get rid of. Because I always say, even though we have service business and we're solo operatives, we must always think like big business. We have to always think like big business. If you always think like small business, guess what? You're always going to be in a small business mindset and you might be missing out on certain things. 1, 2. Okay, just making sure. Imagine if my mic wasn't working, I would have been livid. So that's just something to think about. Because what I've done, I have my Pioneer DDJ RZ. Now that has been in the lockup for a minute, in a flight case, looked after, certified, and it's been put to the back because for me, there came a point when I was like, this isn't a mobile controller. It is, as in it can move and it's an all-in-one, but it's weighty, it's heavy, and I still think it's one of the best controllers out. Personally, I still think it's one of the best flagship Pioneer controllers out there. If you guys remember some of the TikToks I used to do when I used to spin the platters around and listen to how loud every other platter was apart from the 3000, the technology inside the RZ or the SZ, depending on which one you have, the platters are silent. There's no other controller that is silent. They all make a grind, a gear, a rebel, a bearings, they all make a noise, but that one, buttery silk, buttery. The pads are touch sensitive. They don't click. They don't go goo 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 goo. They don't. They're just touch sensitive. And that controller it gives me, even the feel of the faders really give me that club feel. And that's the reason why I didn't want to use it because it was too heavy, but I didn't want to sell it because it's a flagship that they don't make no more. So I kept it in my lockup. Now I thought to myself, how can I re-bring that out? Now I can't use that on gigs, or I'm not going to use that on gigs. No, I'm not, because like I said, it's not the most mobile, but luckily where I've got a little bit more space, I can now set up a place where I can just DJ whenever I want. Guys, I don't know about you lot yet, but where I was before, I couldn't set up nothing up to DJ. There was no space. There was nowhere where I can have my little zen place where I can do mashups, remixes, or even just freestyle and have fun. Because that's something that I think we should all be doing a little bit more, because I know I've stepped away from it. Hands up. I know I've stepped away from it myself, and that's just practicing DJing for fun. For fun, not for work, not because someone else wants you to, because you've got to remember, guys, as DJs, we are always doing things for other people. There's not a lot of times we get to do things for ourselves. So sometimes crack out that old set that got you into DJing and do some of that for fun. Do some new things. Play around with some other different effects that you might not play with on the fly. Having your things out. I know not much people can have it. If you do, then you're lucky. You're one of the lucky ones. But if you don't, you was like myself and I never had anything out. But in the future, in the next couple of weeks, once I've sorted out all the million to-do, my to-do list is so huge, guys. I've now got a house to-do list along with a family to-do list. And then I've got a personal to-do list with also a business to-do list, and none of them are getting short. None of them. They're all demanding, and it's a lot. With the podcast and the social, god damn. So yeah, man, it can be a lot. It can be a lot. But if you do find the time, if you can get down to just mucking around on your decks, FLX4, FLX10, whatever you have, Newmark, Denon, if you can, and I know it's not easy, like I said, if you can, playing just for enjoyment is definitely something I'm going to start doing. Because hands up, I practice at the dance. I practice while I'm there. I do it now. Like if there's something I want to try, I try it there. Obviously, as DJs, I don't know, because obviously we're different. We're all different in the way we DJ and our styles. But I can do a mix in my head. I don't know if there's anyone else that can do it. Let me know in the comments. Are you one of those ones? You can get a song and another song, and in your head you can beat match it. Is that? I don't think it's just me. I know a lot of DJs can, because you can play a song in your head without it playing. You play it. It's the same way when you sing a song, but you just don't sing. And then you have two songs, and then you can see if it mixes. And sometimes I can hear if it's out of key, and I can hear if the pitch is out, and I'm like, no. Your brain is speeding it up to make it work, but the lyrics don't go that fast. I don't know if anyone else can do that. Let me know in the comments if you can do that. So that's sometimes where I do my experimentations, is in my head. But then at the same time, if I can do it physical time, and I'm like, yes, that works. Yes, that works. Yes, that works. And then build the mixes within my head and make notes as I'm going towards the gig, or do a voice note as I'm going towards the gig. And I'm saying, you know what, we're going to mash that with that one, and then go into that one and go into that one. And then once I get down to the laptop, all the set, and I'm at said wedding or event, I play that one song and my mind says, remember what you said, we're going to do that, that, and that. And then I run it like that. I don't know if that's just me. These are the things that we don't talk about as DJs. Is it just me? Do you mix in your brain? Can you mix and go like that and be like, that will work, that won't work? Can you do it? Can you do it in key? Can you do it in pitch? Let me know, man, because is it just me? DJ chat, we need to know. I'm back after 4 weeks and we are going to be rolling strong with the mobile DJ mastery. As you can see, I'm swiveling from side to side. I made a small investment. Big up to IKEA. Went over there, caught myself one of these chairs. So now I got a little bit more comfort. I need to think about the microphone because I'm going to be moving a lot more now, guys. You know what I mean? But I need to be mindful of the microphone because the more I move away from the microphone, it doesn't sound as good over here, you know? Like, I'm comfy. Like, I can be like this, but that's not good for the person, especially if you're in your car and you're listening on Spotify and you can't see me. So you don't know what I'm doing. I'm moving off to the right-hand side, but I'm going to move back in now. But I need to remember these types of things with these new upgrades. So it's going to be much more comfy, which is good. But anyhow, getting back to it. The 4-week break was necessary and we still got a lot to do. But you know what? One thing I want to say is that thing I learned is during the 4-week break, which I've said on previous episodes, guys, taking a break is actually really good. Sometimes we get overwhelmed and we're very hard on ourselves and we kind of, well, I know myself, I am very big on social media. You guys know, like, social media is everything for me. And I took a break on posting. I did not post on Instagram or TikTok for 32 days. I was like, oh my days. Don't get me wrong, I did post on stories. I always post on stories. Stories to me is throwaway content. You've got no reason not to post on stories. Well, I don't mind just grabbing it, recording it, saying something, and just literally uploading it. I don't watch it back, upload it, and I leave it. Do you know what I mean? And it does what it needs to do. I find that kind of content very, very easy to produce. No overthought or nothing like that. So I kept doing the stories because it was quite easy. But taking a break from actual posting, actual sitting down, the editing, the making the caption, the thinking about who needs to be tagged and who needs to be collaborated with, like all of those things, the on-screen hooks, the hook at the end, like all the different little bits. Taking a break from that was really, I don't know, what's the best way to say it, man? It was freeing. I'm going to be honest with you. It was freeing because I've never, ever done that. I've always posted. Like, I always post. Social media, to me, it's a part of your work. And I think that's the best way to see it. Oh, let me turn that phone on silent because that's not supposed to be happening. We're learning, guys. I'm in a new space, man. These things are going to happen. But 100%, man, it was definitely freeing. It felt like, and the whole not having to, because my brain, the way I am myself, like I said, social media for me is part of running a business in the modern day age. If you're going to run a business without social media, I would love to hear from you because I want to hear how other people that don't use social media are running businesses because I think that information is important. I use social media and it drives my business very strong. I don't put anything on ads or anything else. I don't rely on much other things apart from obviously recommendations. Recommendations is second, to be fair. I need to remember that recommendations are super high as well, so that really helps if you're going to take some time out and not post on social. But the one thing I do want to say, you lot know how I bang on about posting consistently, posting. 24's always talking about posting on social media. Do you know one thing I did experience, which I did want to see, is that I was going to use this also as an experiment to be like, do you know what? I'm not going to post and let me see what happens to the business and the inquiries, specifically from social media. And guys, what do you think happened? Do you think I lost? Do you think I gained? What do you think? I ain't going to let you wait long. I'm going to tell you right now. Guys, nothing changed. And I think the reason nothing changed is because of the amount of posting I've done over the time. The hashtags, the shares, some of the videos that were kind of going viral well, I wouldn't say viral, but for me, I always look at viral as if it's anything over my following. I just look at that as a good number. And I look at it as I got 10K, so anything over 10K, I'm like, that's a lot of people. That means, well, not all of my following, but my following number, that number and some, has all watched this video or seen it. And then once it goes past that, I always look at the watch time. So if the watch time has got enough of the work that I want to show, which I always try to show in the first 15 seconds, if they make it past the 3, you get the view. If they make it past the 15, Instagram will push it a little bit more. Obviously, it depends on how long the video is. But I saw there was some videos that I posted a while ago. The one about the the DJs talking to DJs, that one is still getting shares till this day. I posted that video about 6 weeks ago, and it still gets shares till this day. There's another one where when I was at the party, and we're at the wedding, and we're at De Vere Hotel in Tottenham Court. Guys, I'm terrible with names. I'm not trying to improve myself because I'm just going to be who I am. But Tottenham Court. What's the name of the venue? It's the De Vere Hotel. It's not far from Gloucestershire. Big up, Dan. You know the venue, bro. In the Orangery, I was in there and it went off. And that video is still trickling views till now. The one thing, though, is that couple is based in Birmingham. One of them is from Birmingham. And funnily enough, that video got shared by a lot of his friends. And the amount of inquiries that have come from Birmingham is mad. I'm up Birmingham in 2027 quite a few times. There's some times where I'm there rolling weekends. Like I'm there on a Friday, a Saturday, come back and I'm back there again on a Friday and then a Saturday. And I'm like, should I rent an Airbnb for that week? Like, who's trying to go back and forth that many times? What's the point in booking 4 different hotels when I can just book an Airbnb for the whole week and some days? But then I can't be away from the fam. Ah, it's all techie. It's all techie. But anyway, basically what I'm saying is what's good about posting a lot on social media is that if you do want to go quiet, some of your videos will continue working for you. They don't have to get all of those views. Those views that I get are not necessary. They're just necessary to my numbers. But when it comes down to building a business, I'll always remember when I had pop-up, 247 pop-up, I only had like about 750 followers on that, and I was still able to turn over £2,000 a month. And I always look at it as like, if you can make a basic salary from your DJing, then that's a really good place. Don't knock it. Do you know what I mean? And you don't need all these followers to get consistent inquiries and to get consistent work. Consistency is different to everybody. Some people are happy with 10 inquiries a month. Some people are happy with 50 inquiries a month. Personally, 50 inquiries a month for me is too many. If I'm getting 50 inquiries a month, I'm raising my prices. That's too many. I don't like too many inquiries. If I'm getting too many, that means that I'm too accessible. And that's just my mindset, guys. I'm not telling you to take my mindset. I'm just telling you my mindset. Do you know what I mean? So if I'm getting too many inquiries, it means that you're too accessible, raise your price. That's what I think. And 50 a month for me is too much. Some people, for them, that's fine. And that is you're looking over about 15 a week. That, for me, is too many. You got to try and... It's too many. If you're a solo op, that's a lot. Imagine 50 every single month, 12, and that's over the year. What's that? Let's do the math. I'm gonna take my time on this now because I might not even edit this out. I'm gonna go and do the math, guys, live. You get me? So because my maths ain't that great. All right, so 50 times 600 inquiries a year, blah. That's a lot of inquiries, man. If you sell products like, photo booths and, higher fees and stuff like that, that's fantastic. Like, you need that kind of stuff to have your team out there working. Personally, if you're a solo operative, that's a lot of inquiries. There's a lot of inquiries that you're going to be booked for, technically. So that's the reason why I prefer to have a manageable amount that I'm happy with, that trickles down, fills my calendar year on year on year on year. At the moment, I'm currently about, 12 months. I like to be 12 months booked, so that way I feel like I've got 12 months of no stress before the bookings start to dry up. Do you know what I mean? So it's a comfortable place to be. But anyway, I'm slightly gone off topic. Getting back to it. Posting consistently can really help when you want to take a break, or if you do want to take a break like I did for a couple of weeks, and when you come back, nothing actually changes. Instagram, TikTok. I'm like, I ain't posted for 2 weeks. Instagram, TikTok, recommendation, of course, recommendation. Instagram, TikTok. I'm like, and when they come and I ask them the videos, they all say different videos. No one says the same video. And that's another thing why you see I diversify my content. I don't stick to one linear line because I realize that I don't decide what bangs. I just put out videos and let the videos do the talking. Some people like the talking heads. Some people like the dance floor stuff. Some people like the information. Some people like the reviews. Some people just like me just talking on the camera, which is weird. And it's like, I don't know what you said, but it was funny. So I came to your page. I saw bare lit DJ, lit weddings. And then now here I am on the meeting. Like, we want to book you. So yeah, posting consistently and posting quite aggressively can help you in so many ways, especially if you ever do want to take a break. So that's a good thing, man. So when I took the break, I didn't feel much of a decrease. And that's the reason why I like to bang on about social. It's not just about what you post. Some of those videos will last longer than you think. Even if a video is getting 25, 50 views every single week, which doesn't sound like a massive number, but you got to remember, if your hashtags are right, if your SEO inside of your caption is right, and the video is right, it's attracting a certain person. It's not giving it to Bob the Builder. If you're doing weddings, the building guy is not getting your video. He ain't, unless he's engaged. Unless Bob is engaged. If Bob's engaged and he's on his lunch break, he might be seeing 2-4's clip. You know what I'm saying? And you got to think of those 25 views, 10 to 25, 30 views, is that it's Bob the Builder, it's Sarah in HR, it's Kelly. It's these people that are engaged and getting married and looking for the services you offer. 20 people seeing it a week. 10 of them are going to be clients or potential clients. So don't knock the small numbers. They're strong. Next, we're going to talk about recommendations. I got a good amount of recommendations at every single event. Every single event, I look at it as like, this is an audition. When you think of it like that, not only do you perform better, because you've got to look at it as like, an audition is how you're going to actually get the job. So an audition is that you're not getting paid. But if you want to get the job, you've got to put on an amazing show. So if you have into your mind that this is an audition, not only are you performing to everyone in there, because you don't know who the booker is, you're also putting on a fantastic service because you don't know who the next person is going to be. So when my mind goes into that state, and I hope yours will do too, is that you're going to think about presentation. How do I look? How is my mixing? What's it sounding like? How am I engaging with the guests? How am I engaging with the venue? How am I engaging with other professionals, i.e. photographers, photo booth owners, saxophone players? When you're in audition realm, you should be on your best in all avenues. It doesn't matter who it is you're talking to. This then gives a great experience for not only the people who've booked you, hopefully the bride and groom, or the celebrant, or the birthday person, or whoever the client is, but also everyone who is there, which will supercharge your recommendations. Now, recommendations to me will always be the best bookings. Why? Because the only work you've got to do for a recommendation is the work on the day, at the event, the performance, the actual audition, the showing your best, doing your best. That will get you the recommendations. You don't have to post. You don't have to do Instagram tags. You don't have to do TikTok. You don't have to do Hitch. You don't have to do Google ads. No, just put on a fantastic show and the recommendations will roll in. If you're new, if you're seasoned, and you've done a good few gigs and you're not seeing recommendations, something is wrong with your show, your performance, your DJ set, how you work. Something's wrong. And I can't tell you because I can't see. The only people that can tell you is someone who's witnessed it. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. Speak to someone at the bar. Sometimes they're going to lie to you. They're going to tell you, you was amazing, you was the best, you're fantastic. And they don't want to hurt your feelings. And that's nice. That's nice of them, but not good for your business. And I don't like niceties when it comes to business. Business is business. I want real feedback to support my business decisions. Emotions should not come into business. Business decisions should not be emotionally driven. They need to be stats backed and fact driven. We haven't got time for your feelings. And they said that. They said I was clanging. Shut up and stop clanging. That's a business decision. Oh, it's going to be all right, man. You'll do better next time. That's an emotional decision. We don't do emotional decisions, business ones. Fix up that clanging now. So if you're not getting recommendations, you have to seek it from outside, from people that are watching you play, or invite someone to your set and let them observe you and watch you work. And if there's anything that they can give you feedback, they need to be harsh, they need to be brutal, because those things will help your business, guys. We are running business. Yeah? This isn't a game. It's business. For some of you, if you don't work, you don't earn. If there's nothing coming in, it's stress on your back. And that there is something nobody wants. That is a stress nobody wants. So you need to be doing stuff aggressively. Ain't no time for no rubbish. You see me? So if you're not getting recommendations, if you're not seeing any recommendations, organic ones, where people are talking about you to other people, something's wrong with your performance, and you've got to sort it out. You've got to do something. You've got to let people see. You've got to get feedback, and you need to get it ASAP so you can sort those things up, and we can start getting back on the uptrend. You know what I'm saying? Jeez. Oh, guys, man, I've missed this, man. I'm not even going to lie. I've missed this, and there's so much things that are going to be happening. So right now, what you're seeing is this temporary backdrop. And to be fair, it's not a bad backdrop. Compared to where I came from before, it isn't a bad backdrop, and it's going to do for now. But we've got ideas, man. We've got so much ideas. This place I'm in at the moment is so hot because the heat. I need to get this place like insulated and aircon units and machines and all this different kind of stuff. But then I'm mindful that it's a podcast, so I can't have a machine just humming in the background. And guys, there's so much things, but it's a journey that I'm happy to be on, and I'm happy that you guys are rocking with me along on this. So yeah, man, together we gonna make it happen. But we are back every single week with the Mobile DJ Mastery Podcast, one of the best podcasts for any mobile DJ. It doesn't matter where you're listening to us. We've got a lot of people in the UK, but we got a lot in the US. So it doesn't matter where you're at, whether you're in wherever city or town you are in, we are going to be rocking with you, keeping up with that consistency and hitting you up every week to make sure you're motivated when you're on to or from gigs, or when you're at work, or whenever you listen to this, or however you listen to this, man. Make sure you head into the comments and let me know, man, are you able to play songs in your head? I'm sure it's not just me. Because if I can do some of this stuff, I know you can as well. But let me know, man. Jump in the comments. Let me know, can you do that stuff? Can you play music and do mixes in your head? Remember, go through some of your stuff. Like I said, when I clear out my lockup, guys, I've got loads of stuff. We're going to be doing some sales soon, which I don't know if I put in the podcast. I'll put it on a group somewhere else. But I've got some other little bits that I need to get rid of. So I'll be selling them to some of the DJs, or even giving them away. Some of the first, there's some bits I saw, I thought, you know what? Just give that away to somebody, man. And if I'm giving it away, it's only new DJs. If you've been DJing or performing or have your business registered for under a year, I'll be giving it to you. If you've got over a year, you should be on your P's and Q's, man. What are you doing? What's going on? Like, what are we actually doing? Are you posting? You're probably not posting. That's your problem. You're not posting. And that's why you're a year in and you're still looking for freebies. That's dead. Yeah? Fix up. That's something you got to sort out. But if you're less than a year, 6 months, new, just started, haven't registered your business yet, if I've got some stuff that I want to give it for free, yep, 100%, I'll definitely give it to you guys for free, because I'm always trying to look after the person that was like me years ago. And that's the person that's just started. I don't know what's going on. I need this, I need that. If I can save you a couple of hundred, take this, take that. And go and win, my man or my sis. Go and win. Get those bookings, grow your business, and win some more. Anyway, guys, that's it for this week. Make sure whatever you have booked this weekend, whatever gigs, whatever weddings you got going on, take a sweat towel because it's going to be hot. Make sure you got a fan because it's going to be hot. Call the venue and make sure they got aircon because it's going to be hot. Ask them if they can open the windows because it's going to be hot. Don't dress too heavy because you know it's going to be hot. Bring a bottle of water because you know it's going to be hot. Bring a flask so you can go over to the bar and say, can I have some free water? Free. Some of these venues are taking a mick, guys. I don't want to mention anybody, but a venue the other day tried to charge me for sparkling water. I couldn't believe it. And I came to the bar. I was sweating buckets. They had no aircon. No, hold on. They had aircon, but they turned it off. I was like, he goes, there's aircon. I goes, no, there's not, bruv. I know if there's aircon, ain't no aircon, bruv. Sweating, sweltering. I'm literally salivating from the head down. Patting me out. They tried to charge me $360 for some elderflower and sparkling water. I was livid. But anyway, take your flask bottles, time to put ice in that, put water in that, so you can hydrate yourself while you're burning calories behind them there decks. And I'll catch you same place, same time, next week on the Mobile DJ Mastery Podcast, back for some more bangers. You know what I'm saying? Jeez. And I'll catch you on the next one. Go and smash those gigs. Peace.